you guys for this thing because it's obviously very important. Alright, again, my name's Shannon. Our tour today will last about an hour and we'll kind of get you guys back on the bus to head home for the day. But we'll kind of take you around to different places and we'll talk a lot about student life rather than just academics and things like that, because going to college, it's like a way of life. Obviously you are here for your classes, but you want to like where you go and you want to have the opportunities that you would like to do to succeed. So if you guys have questions today, feel free to raise your hand, or when we're walking from place to place, just go ahead and catch me and I can talk more about anything you guys have an interest in and things like that. So right now you guys just came out of Lee Hall, which is very important because it houses our Office of Admissions, but it also houses our Office of Multicultural and Diversity, and they plan tons of events on campus, like free barbecues once a week and like different nights. They just had like a big Latina dinner night and they had like performers, but we got to go in our dining hall and you had like a huge feast for dinner just along with your meal plan, which was really great. Also in Lee Hall we have our health center and a lot of other important offices. Our health center obviously is very important to us because college students do tend to get sick like anyone else, and we have a doctor on staff and things like that, so if you're ever sick at school, you make an appointment or you walk in and visit them. They give you whatever you need, and if you're ever sick enough, they actually arrange for transportation to take you to the local hospital, which is less than a mile away. I know I had the stomach flu my freshman year and had to go visit Mary Washington Hospital, and I really like missed my mom at the time because of course she wasn't there to take care of me. But the school was really nice, and on the way home they even like took me to go get like crackers and Gatorade for the week while I like basically died in my dorm room, I felt like at the time. Right now you guys are looking out onto Ball Circle, which is a huge open quad on campus where we plan a lot of events. Some of the biggest ones are concerts and things like that. We've had concerts here that range from, we just had Taking Back Sunday in the main. Last year for homecoming, our free concert was Wale, and that was held outside, which was a lot of fun. The school does a great job of trying to find us tons of different things to do on the weekend. So this past weekend we just had homecoming, where we all go to all of our sports games. It's like a big homecoming week is where we emphasize our school spirit at Mary Washington and things like that. The biggest thing I've ever seen on Ball Circle was my freshman year. President Obama came for a presidential campaign rally, which was really cool. We had about 26,000 people on our campus that day, and I waited about 8 hours to see him speak, but it was still a lot of fun, and it's just like a great place to even hang out once classes are out. People play football and things like that. Around Ball Circle are a lot of residence halls. Today we won't have time to see one, but definitely when you guys are considering going to college, look at the residence halls that you'll be living in. Most of them, as you can understand, are your typical dorm room where you have one roommate. Sometimes we have up to 3 roommates, so we call it a quad because there's 4 of you. And they range from typical hall-style bathrooms where you shower in your flip-flops and someone comes in and cleans them, or you can share a bathroom with another room. So it's like 4 girls or 4 guys to a bathroom. It's really nice that Mary Wash gives us that chance because then you're like close to your bathroom and it's always clean. But our school also has 2 apartment complexes on campus. So a lot of people after their sophomore and junior year will choose to live in the apartment complexes on campus because those have a kitchen, sometimes your own bedroom, you share a bathroom with only about 1 other person, and you have like a place to watch TV in your family room and things like that. So that's one of the great things that is offered here. We are going to head down and see parts of campus, so just catch me along the way if there's anything you guys want to talk about or ask me about. Otherwise, we'll kind of get going and we'll talk about just kind of life at Mary Washington.
Oh, yeah, Yes, and it's my dad. I wish I brought my camera.
I'm getting it for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Hi.
So if you want to, like, since I didn't fill out that paper, if you want to get information about the college, you just go on the website.
Probably.
Yeah,
She
there's
can-
tons of information on the website. So then,
But I bet we could get you another one of those forms too that you
Yeah.
could fill out real quick.
definitely. Even on the website, you can put in like your name and address, and they'll send you a big packet of information, which is always a lot of fun to look at.
I just like knowing about them.
Yeah,
Because-
no, of course. I still, like, last year I finally cleaned out a stack of, like, college papers I still had. Hi, Lily. Are you a junior this year?
Yes.
So you're doing that for
Yeah,
lots of applications.
What's your favorite part about this school?
I always talk about it right here. We're just going to tuck ourselves in this corner, but kind of like people like you walking around with the kids. You look like you're on your tour. Alright, so this is kind of our first big stop on campus. These three original buildings around us are the three first buildings on Mary Washington's campus when it was an all-girls teaching school. This right here behind me is Monroe Hall, and that houses all our social sciences. So anthropology, sociology, history, and geography. So anthropology and sociology, you're basically studying cultures, societies, and things like that. So they are really interesting, and a lot of us take them as our kind of our general education requirements, which is kind of like what you guys have in high school, where you have to take 3 or 4 years of math classes. A lot of us will fulfill our different classes taking, like I'm a business major, but I still took sociology classes just as an elective. Monroe was just redone this year, and some of the great things it has are computer labs that are free for students to use. Each academic building has a computer lab, and some of them offer free printing, which ends up saving us a lot of time. But overall at college, Mary Washington has about 4,000 students, and our classes range from about 10 or 15 people, and your largest class is about 60 students, which sounds like a lot, but some of your big schools, like I don't mean to call it out, but George Mason, like you guys visited today, can have classes about a couple hundred students large. So it definitely depends on how close you want to be with your professors. Here at Mary Washington, you're expected to always be in class because your professor will always know you by name. With a class so small, and a lot of times attendance is always taken. So you're really held accountable, but your classes are also way more interactive. So your teacher is not always just writing on the chalkboard or showing their PowerPoint slide. A lot of it's more discussion based, which is a lot more interesting, and I feel like you get a lot more out of it. Behind you guys right now is the fountain on campus. This is technically called Palmieri Plaza, but the fountain's a large part of campus just because it's a big meeting spot for students. And on really hot days, a lot of students put their feet in. But one of the big rites of passages before you leave Mary Washington is to go swimming in the fountain, which most students do, especially on really hot days when we first get here in the summertime. It gets dyed green for St. Patrick's Day, it gets dyed pink for Valentine's Day, and it gets the occasional like laundry detergent, and foam is like 10 feet tall out of it. But it just goes to show like the students here do like to have more fun. It sounds like really silly, but it's really funny when you're walking to class at 8 o'clock in the morning and like foam is blowing across your face. But overall it's a great experience. This right here is Willard Hall, and this is an upperclassmen residence hall, and it's kind of the most popular just because, one, it has air conditioning, and two, it's in the middle of campus. Not all of our dorms have air conditioning at Mary Washington, which sounds bad, but the first 2 weeks we all kind of just get out of our dorms, or we bring fans and things like that. But the students at Mary Washington have also become accustomed to our small campus. You can walk our campus from end to end, like the longest end, in about 10 or 15 minutes. So it means you're never late to class, you're never having to walk a mile. It also means you're never getting in a bus or a car to get to your class, which is very important. It's really nice to have the convenience of doing that. So if you guys don't have any questions, we're going to head on down to our next stop. Classes are getting up, so it might start to get a little crowded. So I'll try and pay attention to make sure we don't lose anyone. As we walk down, you'll see our Spirit Rock, and our Spirit Rock on campus is made for students to paint any message that they want to. Sometimes it's silly and doesn't make sense, other times it's advertising an event. So we'll see what it says today, but it's definitely a big part of our campus. So go ahead and check it out as we walk down. You do. You can request a roommate, or you can get a random roommate. So I actually got a random roommate, and we actually ended up being like best friends. We lived together up until this year. But a lot of students will find their students through Facebook now. Once you get into college, there's always like a conversation around very long, and a lot of students always and even like request your top resources. About 3/4 of the work. It sounds really bad, like not having air conditioning, but I actually did it for 2 years, and it's really only bad kind of the first like 2 or 3 weeks when it's hot. But it definitely encourages you to get out of your dorm room. No problem. Oh my god. We definitely have the freedom to or you down. And we're also what's considered a background. I don't know, like in the middle, like small circle, but
Basically, this is champagne time. HC over.
I don't know how you're free enough. Alright, we're going to be taking a right. We're going to just get us out of the way. Are you guys looking at thinking you want to go to big schools or smaller schools? Smaller school. Alright, follow me. We're going to head straight back this way. We're not cutting into anyone. But most of us refer to it as the nest because the main thing we do here is come here to grab food if we don't have time to go to our main dining hall. So the way it works at college is you have an Eagle One card. This is a special one from admissions, but if you're going to go anywhere on campus, you don't want to leave without your Eagle One card because it's your student ID and it can work as an ATM card or it can work as holding your meal plan, but it's also what lets you into your dorm. So you never want to lose it. If not, you go get it replaced right away. The biggest thing though that comes with it is your meal plans attached to it. You can't go hungry at college, right? So you go and you pick out your meal plan. You can get one that gives you about unlimited meals per week where you get 24 meals to go eat on campus, or you can get one that's about 15 meals per week, which is what most of us do because we don't wake up at 7 to go eat breakfast before we go to our 8 o'clock class. College students get very lazy. So the way it works is at the main dining hall, you walk in and you swipe your meal and you get to eat in all 3 of the rooms that they have. So sometimes I will have a taco for dinner and then a slice of pizza. or then I'll have mashed potatoes. So it's kind of whatever you want. That's a buffet style dining hall. So if you don't like something, you go get something new. Here at the Nest, it's kind of like an a la carte to go style. So you walk in and it's kind of like a McDonald's. You say, I'll have a number 4. And it comes with a sandwich, chips, and a drink. So this is kind of nice when you don't want a big meal or you're taking your food to the library or back to your room. Here at the Nest, they offer salads, sandwiches, cheeseburgers, pizza, breadsticks, wings, kind of anything you want. You always have the choice to, if you want to eat junk food or if you want to eat healthy, which is really great. The Nest also, attached to your meal plan, comes with flex dollars that are used at the Nest as well. So say you have $100 of flex with your plan, and I'm hungry, but all I want is a snack. I can come in and flex an apple. So an apple is like $1. They take $1 off my flex. So it's very important. Plus, the school gives us actually 3 places to eat. There's also one beneath admissions where you guys had your initial meeting. So you never kind of get sick of going to the same old dining hall. And they always mix it up. Coming up in November, they throw us a big Thanksgiving feast, and students start lining up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And in our dining hall, just imagine kind of like your high school cafeteria, maybe a little bit nice. It's definitely nicer than a high school cafeteria. But they put out tablecloths, and all of our deans, which are like our assistant principals or administrators, come and serve us our Thanksgiving meal before we all go home for break. And they have everything. They pull out all the stops. Each month, the dining services does something different for us like that. Like during exam week at midnight, they have a midnight breakfast for us. They raffle off things like Nintendo Wii's and DS's and iPods and stuff, so it's definitely a lot of fun. Wherever you think about going to school, always try the food, because it's what you're going to be eating for the next 4 years. So always try it, make sure it's something you like. Here we have a lot of vegetarian options, and we even have gluten-free for students that have like a wheat allergy. So they really try hard to do it. Also in the Nest, besides food, it's kind of just a big student hangout. So you guys see like the pool tables here. Those are always free for students to use, table tennis, things like that. This is actually in a lot of places on campus. One of them is in your residence halls. There's always common areas where you can go hang out with your friends. There's big TVs, kitchens and stuff. So that's kind of the big place, but some students will also come here as well. But the nice thing is, in our residence halls at Mary Washington, we have something similar to this. So say you and your roommate right now are just not getting along, or she is sick and in bed and you want to have your friends over, you can go to the common areas and use those, which are really helpful. And they also have really comfy couches that we usually all take naps on. We are going to head back outside, and we're going to be walking up towards our fitness center. So it's going to be a little bit of a walk, so if you guys have questions, catch me then. Otherwise, follow me out, and we're going to leave out so you guys can peek in at the Nest and see kind of how food is served, and we'll go out the back side. We're going to be taking a right here.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Are these like the places you get jobs or something?
A lot of students have what they call work study jobs. And it's really nice because you can apply as soon as you get here. And they do limit how much you work. It's usually about 10 hours a week, which doesn't sound like much, but when you're studying, it definitely can add. So, my roommate's an English major, so she works a lot. But you can definitely work a lot. Oh, good. Yeah, with the jobs too, it's also nice, like if you ever have a week where you're very like pressed for time, like you have all these papers and tests coming up, a lot of times they'll kind of give you leeway, whereas like a job off campus might not as well. But on campus they really try and accommodate you, like you're a student first, which is really helpful. Yep, we are going to head to the fitness center, but then when we come back, we'll kind of talk about the library and possibly peek in if we have enough time.
So do you like the food here?
I love the food here. It's actually even gotten better since my freshman year, and now we're ranked in the top 20 in the U.S. for campus dining. Doesn't sound anything major, but there are like thousands of colleges and universities.
Oh yeah, my brother goes to college and he hates the food.
He hates the food. Where does he go to school?
Randolph College. And so they make the food all good for when the parents come. But that's
One of the big things we do here is when we have like, we call them our discovery days, when they have like mass students come visit. We actually avoid the dining hall that day because we want to like avoid seeing other people. So I definitely don't notice the change though, which is I guess comforting.
I would view it as a.
Have you guys sent in applications yet?
I've sent in one, but I've started two.
All right.
The only one I've sent was Radford, though.
What would be your top school to go to? JMU. Oh my goodness.
This would be told me, not
Okay, Mom. Alright.
But these are that's not hours away.
Alright guys, I'm going to pull us into this corner right here so we don't collide with everyone else, and we'll talk about athletics and the fitness center. Alright, so right now these two buildings behind me are two freshman residence halls, Albee and Arrington. And these ones are nice. They are newer and they have air conditioning, so that's a big deal for you. You come live in one of these ones. These ones are also really nice because they have Jack and Jill bathrooms, which means that you only share a bathroom with 2 dorm rooms. So it's only like 4 girls to a restroom and 4 guys to a restroom. But again, like I said, any college you're going to visit to, check out the dorm rooms. Here our dorm rooms are bigger than most schools just because we are a smaller size, so housing isn't a big crisis. When you come to Mary Washington, you have to submit a housing contract and you live on campus for at least 2 years. After that, you could live off campus, but most of us do stay on campus, especially when the school is going to let us live in apartments and things like that. The dorm rooms here, you are always given a bed, a desk, a dresser, your desk chair and things like that. But one thing we also offer is every student gets a form of closet. One year I even had a walk-in closet in my dorm, which was fabulous because I have a lot of clothes. But overall, you do get really creative. Some students will choose to bunk their beds, other students will loft them, so it means your bed is up high and your desk and dressers go underneath it. But a lot of the dorm rooms here are big enough so your beds and all your furniture can stay on the ground if you wanted to, which again is really nice, especially if you're really tall like me and don't want to crawl up into a bunk every day. Up the hill right here is the fitness center, and we will kind of go in and check it out so you guys can see what it's like. Our fitness center is also attached to Gulrick, our gymnasium. Gulrick has all of our auxiliary gyms and things like that. Are any of you guys looking to play a sport possibly in college? Anyone? All right. Maybe. We are a Division III varsity school, so it's definitely not as serious as, you know, a Division I college. At Mary Washington, you are an athlete and a student, so you're always still held accountable for your academics. At Mary Washington, we do not have a football team, which sounds kind of crazy, right? But some of our big sports, soccer, baseball, lacrosse, basketball, club rugby, but it still is a very big deal. Over the weekend, we all went to our sports games for homecoming and things like that. Beyond our Division III sports, we have club sports, which are run by students. And it's kind of a way for, say, a high school athlete that didn't want to quite play at the college level. So Club rugby is a huge club sport here at Mary Washington, and it's a lot of fun. They have both men's and women's teams. Also, some club sports have baseball, lacrosse, field hockey, softball, the works. So the last bottom tier of sports at Mary Washington are intramurals. Those are teams that you make up with your friends for fun. When we go in the fitness center, I can point out pictures of teams. They come up with really like crazy names like Team Swag or like things like that for basketball. You get like t-shirts if your team's like the winner. Right now, Campus Rec is sponsoring intramural flag football. So all the guys are gearing up for that, but they also have co-ed teams, so you could do guys and girls together, which is a lot of fun. Those ones are just, like I said, they're silly, and they offer anyone's from flag football to like doubles twister, where you like play the board game Twister. Or one year they did inner tube water polo. So we'll go ahead and head into the fitness center and look around. Behind the fitness center, you can't really see it now though, is the Anderson Center, and it's our new performing arts center, which holds about 3,000 students. It's great for like big events, pep rallies, all our basketball and volleyball games, because all of the students can fit into a gym to go see them play. And also, we can have indoor concerts in there now, which is also great. But we're gonna head in the fitness center. Go ahead and catch me again if you have any questions.
It was like that one is like Tay. Yeah. I was just like, wait.
Is it required to have like a gym or physical fitness class in college?
You usually have to take some type of course like that, like a kinesiology class.
Well, in college, would you like take anything?
But you're welcome to. A lot of schools will have a lot of different options for things like that, and you can take them if you'd like to.
Yeah. That's kind of how
But
it works
most
here.
schools, part of the gen ed is like one kinesiology class, which will be your gym class. I think that's what she's talking about right now, if you want to check in with her.
One credit, which is a month, so you don't have to for free. These are optional, and you can kind of get into exercising, or you can take an individual weight class, then you work out, which is kind of nice, because it gets you, again, like, moving around. Alright guys, so this is our fitness center. These are the intramural teams I was talking about. And through there would be the Gora Gymnasium that I talked about. And someone asked about a pool, and we do have an aquatic center as well that's in use for our swim team, but also all kinds of other students on campus. Back here we also have dance studios, basketball gyms, and additional weight rooms, things like that. But this right here is our fitness center. And it's free for students 7 days a week. And it's really nice. You can come work out, avoid gaining depression, cooking, bulk up, whatever you want to do. Downstairs are our weights and free lift weights. And upstairs are all our like ellipticals, treadmills, and step machines, things like that. So if you guys do want to peek in, and then we'll kind of circle back outside, just catch me outside when you're ready.
I think we can.
Our main practice gym is actually really far away.